Hey guys, Urban Horizon here. Today I'm just going to be showing off my new gaming table. I don't know if there's a name for these types of tables. Yeah, so it's gonna have a dark black finish on it. I just took some 2x4s and constructed it that way. And this is the finished product right here. I am going to upload a video of the most of the construction. I was kind of inconsistent just because I had never done anything like that. So I would record a little bit and then stop recording and etc. stuff like that. Yeah, so me and my girlfriend, we use it whenever we play games, card games or something like that. We can watch movies at the same time. And then as you can see, this is an interactive map for D&D, and it has the grid built into it. And if you remember from my Stranger Things video, here's my little Demogorgon. This is the only mini that I have right now. I have this one and the unpainted one, but yeah, just showing it off real quick. So it has 4 supports on the bottom. I stuck a fire stick inside so that we can connect to the internet and stuff like that because it's not a smart TV. I have 4 legs on the bottom pointing in different directions to kind of stabilize it. As you can see, I didn't stain the bottom. Call me lazy, but nobody can see it, so I really wasn't worried about it. A little bit of some holes right here where I kind of messed up. This is little separated, but it was my first time woodworking, and it looks great to me for someone who's never touched a saw in their life. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. It's just a 50-inch TV. It has some supports on the bottom to keep it supported on there. I'm gonna add a sheet of plexiglass to protect the screen. And I also need to add a thin coat to protect the stain that I put on here. But all in all, that's it. Like I said, I just put a fire stick on there. I was thinking about drilling some parts in the side on here so that players, when they're playing, they can charge their phones and devices and stuff like that. Most of my players are modern players, so they do everything on an app or a phone. Or even me as a DM, I do most of my notes on my iPad Pro. Yeah, so I've just shown it off on what it looks like, and that just looks amazing. I have a little bit of reflection on there, so I was thinking about just getting like a lamp so that in here so that there's not any reflection on the screen as we're playing. I don't think it's a super big deal, and the plexiglass may help with it. But yeah, when I was at Lowe's and Home Depot, I went to both. It was a little bit of a mess. I actually went to Home Depot first to get my wood, and then I went to Lowe's to get a specific screw, and then I got the wrong screw. So I went to Lowe's 3 more times that day. And yeah, I found it off of a YouTube video. If I can remember, I'll link it below. Just to give him credit for the inspiration on the design, because I followed his instructions mostly. I mean, I changed a little bit of stuff. There was one layout of the wood that I could not figure out, so I had to improvise and do it a different way. I think it worked out pretty fine still. But if I had figured it out, maybe the wood wouldn't be like this right here. I don't think it's a big deal, but this gap does bother me a little bit, so that's why I have it facing against the wall, so it's not really noticeable. And then there's some gaps like this right here where this could have been tightened a little bit, but I just couldn't get it any tighter. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, I started at like 8 a.m. that day, and it took me all day. I finished about 8. And then in his video, he didn't say how long to make the legs, and I had never done anything with table legs, so they were each about 40 inches, and the table was like this high, which isn't crazy high, but it was like, I have small chairs. These are the chairs I have, even though I do plan on upgrading eventually as far as chairs go, but you know, good chairs are expensive. Anyways, the table was real high, so it was kind of like a bar table. So like if you had some bar stools, it would have been the perfect height for that. And I was like, So I had to, the next day I took it off. I sanded the table real good. I took the legs back off. I shortened the leg length so that the table was lower, and this is the perfect height. This table inset was also kind of crooked, so I had to adjust it. It doesn't help that the back of my TV, the lower part is bulkier than the top of the TV. So it has like a bulge on the bottom, and then the top is thin, like it's all screen. So instead of having the supports be even like the YouTuber that I was following, I had to adjust mine and improvise. So I had to make this side lower and that side higher to make it even. And it's still slightly crooked, but I haven't worried about it yet because once I get the plexiglass, I'm gonna have to adjust it anyways to make sure it fits smoothly in this support right here. And I had never stained anything either. I still have a little bit of stain on my hand like 2 days later. I should have used gloves, but I wasn't paying attention and I didn't know that I needed gloves. So literally I got stain all over myself, but not a big deal. I think the table came out great. Hopefully we can get a lot of fun out of this with sound effects and stuff like that. Like if you can see, the map moves slightly, like there's life here. The trees are moving, then there's birds, and I found a bunch of maps like these that I'm planning for our next session. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Bet you didn't know I was handy with anything. But to be fair, neither was I. I mean, I'm a prideful person, so I mean, I had wasted the money. Well, I won't say wasted. I had invested the funds in this project, so I couldn't let it fail. Whenever I do my construction video, I'll kind of do a breakdown on how much it would cost. And the YouTuber that I was following, his costs, he said, were about $160, and I was like, wow, $160 for a table that usually cost like $1,000. From what I found on the internet. Like even not even if you don't get the table, they have like travel cases that you can put your TV in, and people use it for interactive maps on the go, and it has like a suitcase handle. I saw those going for like 400. So I can't imagine a table with the proper wood. Like this is the 2x4 pine or whatever. This is the cheap stuff. But I even imagine this going on sale for, well, at least $1,000. So the fact that I made it with maybe $200 worth of crafting, that's very impressive to me. I mean, just sheer willpower to not let the money that I invested in here go to waste, and it turned out pretty great. It's not too rocky. It's pretty sturdy. It's not rocking at all, which I was worried that it would be kind of shaky, but no, the supports are crazy supportive. And I just wish in the future, if I ever make this table again, I might make, instead of 2x4s, maybe like a 2x8 or a 2x10. I don't want the table to be too wide, but it'd be nice if the players had some space right here that they can put their food and drinks and stuff like that. Just something which I wanted to do, but I didn't want to stray too far from the formula and then just mess everything up, you know? So I stuck with what he said. But if this table ever breaks, which I don't see that happening anytime soon, if this table ever happens to break, then sorry, I just had a crazy idea. I was thinking about a gaming table, you know, where you have the recess in here where you can play board games and stuff like that. I was thinking maybe this TV could be removable, and whenever you remove the TV, there's an area down here where you can play games and stuff like that. That is a brilliant idea that I may do, so I can get the best of both worlds. I can have a TV here, and then when we're not watching TV or we're not doing D&D and stuff like that, you can pull the TV out. Well, you can't see my gesture. You can pull the TV out, and then you can put the gaming area down here for board games and stuff like that. I may think about doing that. I was thinking about putting a topper on top of this just to hide the TV and stuff like that. But I might do that instead. That seems pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Event Horizon here. If you like this, or if you need any help making something like this, like I said, I'm going to link the YouTuber that I followed underneath in my description, since, I mean, he was the one who came up with the designs, probably. I mean, the tables have been around for a while, but I definitely would not have been able to do this without him or my dad. So yeah, it's just